The weekly warm pipe.
Oh, yeah. Christmas time shopping, getting those gifts, maybe last minute gifts, getting to the store.
Losing your mind, trying to find what you need when everyone else has already bought it.
I did go to the mall this past weekend. We went to go see a movie, but I was seeing if the mall is going to be super crowded. It was on a Saturday, so it was a little bit busy. I did go there during the week though. Sometimes if it's like bad weather out, it's been raining here in Connecticut. In order to get Gwen out of the house, we'll go to the mall and they have a little play area in there, and I'll let her walk around. But fairly dead in the morning.
Yeah, I used to do that exact same thing with my kids. Let them play in the play area if it was raining out.
Yeah, and they had a few of those like ride machines that just like go. It's like a carousel, or
Right.
you jump in a plane or something like that. But yeah, I definitely would spend a lot of time Christmas shopping when I was younger at the mall. You figure you go to a mall, you got all the stores, buy something for mom, or go to like Bed Bath and Beyond or Bath and Body Works or whatever, and get something for the dad at the sports store or whatever.
Yeah, I love the whole like feeling of the mall back in the day. It was like all the Christmas decor. In the middle of our mall, they used to build this two-story house. It was like Santa's house and his workshop, and I don't know why they built it. I don't know if you could ever go inside of it. I know I used to go inside of it when I worked there because I would go in after hours and like go up the stairs and wander around. And it was like each little room was like fully like furnished and stuff. It was very strange. Um, but just like the music, the smells, the perfume, just seeing all the people in there, just man, it always gets me so hyped. We recently went to the mall as well, but didn't quite capture that same feeling, Russ. Not sure why.
Yeah, I'm not sure how it is different parts of the country. Maybe malls are more prevalent where someone's listening. It's like, oh yeah, the mall's always packed. I know
Oh,
there's
our mall. I
someone
mean,
there
I'm saying it was packed. Like,
just doesn't have that feeling anymore.
just didn't have that feeling, and maybe it's just my age. Maybe I'm just old now.
Another thing, so we're talking about this week's episode is like gifts that we wish we got
Oh
growing
yeah,
up, essentially, and kind of got me thinking about Christmas shopping, going to the mall, but a lot of times too, we would get you know catalogs in the mail that you could
yeah.
look through, and then this way you see those items, circle them, maybe write a letter to Santa, and hopefully you get that on Christmas Day. And if not, maybe you're a little disappointed.
Somewhere around this room, I was looking to see if I could find a glimpse of it. I have a Sears catalog. I don't know what I did with it, but it's here somewhere.
Nice. Yeah, I think I looked that up on eBay. You could still buy the old Sears wish book
Yeah.
on eBay if you're curious to browse as if it was the 90s for
Yep.
Christmas stuff. And I do know Amazon sends out a magazine now that kind of has that same concept.
Yeah, more like kid stuff though, right?
It kind of breaks it in between like price points almost, where it's like these are the $20 and below items, and they have 30 to 50 and then like 100 and above. So with those you kind of get, oh, here's like some PS5s and Switch games and stuff like that.
Right.
But I seen a few things in there maybe I would get.
Yeah. Couple things.
But we actually, yeah, we ended up trying to order some stuff for Gwen, since her Christmas, she'll be able to get a few gifts,
Yeah.
and some of the stuff was sold out. Unfortunately, guess
Oh,
we didn't jump on it fast enough when the catalog came out,
dang.
but
I
we
wonder if
did pick up.
Amazon has it.
Oh no, yeah, that's
Oh,
where
it
it was
was
from. Yeah,
Amazon. Oh,
it was yeah, a few items, but I mean we circled maybe like 5 or 6 things, so we had some backups. Like, all right, sold
gotcha.
out. But I imagine maybe that was the same issue with our parents. Maybe we said, hey, we want such and such item, and it was sold out. Because definitely back then, it wasn't as easy as ordering it online. You had to physically go to the store when they opened, fight the crowds, and get that item.
Yeah, yeah. Back then they had layaway too. I don't know if that's still a
Oh,
thing.
yeah, yeah. Yeah, I wonder if that's still a thing.
But I remember like my friends being like, "Oh yeah, my mom got me that for Christmas. She put it on layaway." And I was like, "What is layaway?" It's so strange.
Yeah, I mean, I guess essentially they're holding your item and then you just pay on it weekly until
Yeah, till you
you want
get
to pick it
free
up.
from jail.
Right. I mean, yeah, if you wished for a Nintendo system, few $100 back then, maybe the parents couldn't fork off all the money right away.
Right.
With at least that they secured it, whereas rather it's like, "Oh, I'll save up and get it." Then you go to the store and it's like, "Oh, we're sold out."
Yeah, I guess that's the trade-off, right? You're guaranteeing you're getting what you want, and you're not gonna go 4 days before Christmas, and they're like, we already sold out. We're not getting any more till after Christmas," and then your child's disappointed and sad.
Yeah, that could be one. So do you have any gifts you could think of that maybe you asked for and you're like, "Shoot, I made it
So
to my list, but I didn't get it."
so I will say the very first gift that I remember really, really wanting and then just, like, not really getting let me rephrase this. I got something, but it wasn't quite what I asked for, okay?
Oh, okay, okay.
So, when we moved here in 1988 from North Carolina to South Carolina, the thing to do on Sunday night and Wednesday night after church, my dad was a pastor, for those of you that don't know, was to go out and skateboard in the
Okay.
parking lot. And so all these kids had like these like Vision, or like Hal Peralta, Steve Caballero, Tony Hawk boards, like pro decks, right?
Okay, okay, yeah, what the guys were
So
using
so
in
they
the
had the good trucks, the wood had really nice grip tape, very nice logos, um, fast wheels because the bearings were nice. Well, I woke up Christmas morning, '88, and I got a board, and it was definitely like one of those pieced together boards you would get at like a Walmart or a Kmart. It said Aloha on the bottom. It looked pretty good, but when you
Mhm.
wrote it, you could tell that it was garbage.
It's
So I was
it's
bummed.
interesting, like, I mean, I tried my best to get into skateboarding too growing up, and I'm sure I got a skateboard one of the Christmases. But, the way you're describing it kinda makes me think it's like, you almost don't wanna get such a cheap board to start out with because it's gonna make learning how to skateboard even harder because you don't have that quality there,
You know what's funny,
right?
Russ? I used to work at a skate park about 12 years ago, 15 years ago, and I remember telling parents that exact same thing. They're like, "Oh, we'll go get them a board from Walmart," and I'm like, "No, don't do that. They'll never want to skate again. Those boards are garbage." It's like buying a really crappy set of tools to like work on your car. It's like it's not gonna cut it. You know what I mean?
Right, right, you gotta have that mindset. Give them an analogy, it's like, well, they're gonna have the wheels are gonna not turn as well, so they're probably gonna fall more trying to do these tricks, or,
Yeah.
maybe even the
Well,
trucks will get loose and they'll snap off.
you just have to work so much harder to, like, get any kind of speed when it's, like, that bad of a board, and the wheels were, like, hard plastic and not, like, rubber like they needed to be, and, like, I don't know, just you could just there was a definite difference in the ride experience. Luckily, a couple years later, I found my brother's Pro Mark Lake board in the shed at our house in Myrtle Beach that we still had at the time, and I brought that home, and after that, it was, like, smooth sailing. And if you watch my Christmas video when I got my NES, you can see both of those skateboards in the video. You can see me jumping over one with the other because at this point it was 1989 and I already had both those boards from '88.
Oh, you were, like, doing an ollie over the board, or you mean physically jumping on your
It
feet?
wasn't an ollie. It was me attempting to do an ollie. I had no clue what I was doing. It was me like basically like leaning back and launching it over. It's on that video. Just go
Okay.
watch it when you have time.
Yeah, I unfortunately never really got the hang of skateboarding. I tried to get the ollie down and all that, and just yeah, never could get better. Could be because I had a crappy board. Who knows?
Maybe, but that was the first real, like, disappointing like, I wanted a specific gift and I didn't quite get it. Didn't
Yeah.
quite measure up.
I will say, I mean, growing up, right? This is probably on most people's list. Ninja Turtles was a big thing, right?
Oh,
All,
yeah.
all the kids loved the Ninja Turtles. Cartoon was out, action figures were out, and definitely. So my birthday is December 19th. It's coming up. It's
Yep.
close to Christmas, so a lot of times I'll get. It kind of works out. I guess I get some gifts a week later. I get some more gifts.
Yeah. There you go.
So I'm sure I got some of the turtles on my birthday. So for Christmas, hoping to get the Technodrome, right? Every kid wanted to
Oh,
get the Technodrome, this big giant toy that would be able to put your turtles in and fight that. I ended up getting a different turtle vehicle. Let's see if I could bring it up to show you guys. It wasn't the Technodrome, but
I can't wait to see what was it the foot cruiser, like a
um,
car, or the wheels turned under?
let's see. What's it called? Let's see. I could just do this. Well, we'll describe it best we can if you guys aren't watching here on YouTube. But it was this thing here. What is it? The
Oh, the module
module drill.
drill.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
That's not a bad plan
tr-
B because it
right,
had to do with the Technodrome. It was what came out of the Technodrome.
right. So it's like purple. It's got a little drill in the front of it. Some like tire tracks. These bright orange like thrusters in the back, and the top is acrylic that opens up so you can put your turtles in there.
Yeah.
I still have it to this day.
Wow.
And it's in fairly good shape. I'm sure it's missing some of these parts here and whatnot,
Yeah.
but it's pretty cool looking. So it's no Technodrome. Let's see.
Well, let's ask Russ. Did you kind of have that same feeling I had, where you're like, it's pretty cool, but I mean, it's cool, but it's not what I wanted.
Right. I was
That
probably like,
that little touch of disappointment.
and I was probably looking around the Christmas tree for a giant square box, right? Because how
Oh, of
big the
course.
Technodrome is. And I'm like, I'm not seeing it.
Yeah.
So you're like, shoot. And my
Yeah.
birthday had already passed. So I'm like, I'm not getting it for my birthday. So
Did you ever get it, Russ?
never.
You have it now, don't you?
So that what's funny enough is that that was one of the items I circled on the Amazon wish list because they did do a re-release of this,
Yeah.
which I haven't seen, but I did see in store if you had gone to Target, they had the pizza thrower.
Yes.
And
And
so
see,
I
now that was what I got in 1990.
I rebought the pizza thrower. I still have my pizza thrower, but it's like falling apart.
Oh,
And I was like, you know what? For the price, I think it was like $30 at
yeah.
Target. And you just for the box alone, I'm like, I don't know if I'll open it. I was like, the box looks awesome. So if I do see the Technodrome, I'll probably pick one up.
I miss how loud the pizza thrower was. It had like this.
Charging up.
No, that's just how it always sounded. Like even, but it was such a great toy. Like those pizzas launched, man. You could take out some. I remember setting up bad guys and be like, doo, doo, doo. So fun.
Oh yeah. Probably be disappointed if you got the pizza thrower and they forgot to get the batteries to
Oh,
run
that would
it
be
because you need
disappointing.
you're like, no. I just
Yeah,
gotta throw the pizzas by hand.
yeah. Let's see. I'm gonna fast forward to maybe 1996. Um, I remember this may have changed my whole gaming trajectory, Russ.
Oh, okay.
I wanted something called the PlayStation. I knew my friends
Oh,
were getting it, and I wanted it. Uh, my mother, however, did not buy me that, and that created a bigger gap in my gaming history from getting the Super NES in '92
yep.
to getting the Xbox in 2003. That would have bridged the gap a little bit. But I remember playing like my buddy got his, and I remember going over to his house Christmas Day and playing Crash Bandicoot and being so freaking jealous. Like, why didn't my mom just give me a PlayStation? I just felt so left out.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, that's almost like the more adult console. I want to say like it's on disc base now. Nintendo's at that time's doing what N64, so you still got the cartridges.
Yeah.
You're
And
like,
see, I missed out on the 64, so the PlayStation was like, all right, this is disc based. This is cool. CD, like we're moving into the future here.
right, and a lot of bigger games came out on that system. The Final Fantasy 7, like 3 disc. You're like, what is this? 3 disc. It's got to be
Right.
a long game. A lot of the Metal Gear, obviously. What else was
Was
there?
Tekken on that?
Tekken, yeah.
So I wanted Tekken and I wanted uh I loved playing Twisted Metal at my friend Mark's house.
I
Love
had,
Twisted Metal.
I had a few games over here.
Okay. Look him up. Russ is going off to the right here to find some PlayStation games that we can talk
I
about.
I have been on PlayStation 1 and 2 kick lately, so I've been digging out my, collection here. I'm not sure, if these came out when the system came out. Obviously, this one here with the,
Oh,
classic
Tomb Raider.
Tomb Raider. I never really got far in this here, and they have since, did the remakes of these 1, 2, and 3. So I'm like, maybe I'll get those instead and have better luck with that, but Tomb Raider's a classic. And of course, I just finished this and did a video on it, but the original Silent Hill
Yep.
right there was a classic. I got some fighting games, right? Fatal Fury.
Yeah. Was Virtua Fighter on that?
I think Virtual Fighter was on Saturn.
Yeah, I think you're right.
Yeah, not on PlayStation, unfortunately. But yeah, Crash Bandicoot for sure. I had um Jersey Devil is like a random one because most people are like Crash and Spyro, right? Are the ones
Right.
they kind of go through. I remember my friend playing a lot of Parappa the Rappa.
Yeah, later in, like, 2002 or 3, I dated this girl, and, it was when they came out with the PlayStation Mini, and I had bought her that because she had a PlayStation as a kid, and I got her, like, Spyro and a couple other games, but I remember playing that at her house, so it was, like, kind of getting to relive it a little bit.
I was slightly confused because you said the PlayStation Mini, but you
Oh.
meant the PlayStation 1 as they called
Oh,
it
yeah,
then.
yeah, that's right, it was the PS1.
Where it was just PlayStation, and then the PS1 came out, which was a smaller of the console.
Yep, that's what it was PS1,
When
sorry, I
he
didn't.
says mini, I'm thinking of the classic system,
No,
like,
no,
it's
no. I
I'm
wouldn't
like,
mind
"Wait, Jay,
having one
you
of
were
those, though.
married when that came out."
Yeah, no, I wouldn't mind having one of those, though,
I
even if they
remember
suck.
when the PS1 came out, it also had that screen attachment you could get for
Mhm,
it
that was
that would,
kinda
like
rad, right?
that would flip up, and I was like, "Oh, that's cool, you can almost play video games in the car," right?
Yeah, if you had, like, an adapter for sure.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm trying to see if I had have gotten the PlayStation for, like, a birthday, slash Christmas present because a lot of times I would combine my gifts if it was a larger item. I've done that with the Nintendo Wii, where I was like, "Hey, can I just get the Nintendo Wii because it's a couple $100 rather than, one item for my birthday, one item for Christmas. Let's double down."
Right.
So I'm sure I got the PlayStation as a birthday slash Christmas present, but I do remember when I got it and hooked it up to the TV, I had an issue with like the picture was like, I don't know, running or like being
Okay.
weird. And I had called the PlayStation helpline and they were like, hey, send in the PlayStation and we'll like fix it. I don't know if someone said possibly could have been
The
like a
TV
PAL
setting.
no, like a PAL PlayStation or
Oh,
it wasn't
interesting.
it wasn't working with the NTSC, like,
Yeah,
compatibility or
okay.
could have been the TV too or something like that, but they fixed it, and for my troubles, they let me select a game for free, and they had a
Oh,
list
wow.
like, 4 games or something you can choose from, and that's where I chose Jersey Devil. I was like, "Okay, I
Oh, I
never heard of
remember you
this."
telling this story now.
Yeah, so, I mean, I still have that copy of it. I can't remember if they ever came out any other sequels and stuff, but it had that similar Crash vibe. You're just playing as this devil-looking character.
Yeah,
It
yeah,
was
yeah. I remember that. I remember you talking about this before.
yeah, so definitely some good vibes with that, for sure. Trying to
Who
think
who went
we
last on disappointments? Was it the
disappoint
PlayStation? Oh, it's the PlayStation. Alright, so now it's your turn.
yeah, yeah, yeah. I mean, I did Ninja Turtles, right? You gotta go the other franchise, G.I. Joe.
Okay.
G.I. Joe, there's plenty of G.I. Joe vehicles, maybe figures and stuff that kids were asking
Do you want that
for
USS flag?
Christmas. Either that or the freaking spaceship.
Oh, yeah. What was that thing called? The
Um, I can't
just
even remember. CGI Joe
Does it start with
spaceship.
D?
Yeah, Defiant.
Defiant, that's it, yeah.
That's
Yeah,
it.
freaking Defiant.
I couldn't even imagine what this baby costs when it came out. Hundreds of dollars, right?
Oh, no, that had to be like
No?
100, maybe I'd say $100 or less.
Yeah?
Maybe maybe, I mean, I'm thinking if it costs more than $100, I'd be surprised.
Yeah, I never got it, and the only time I ever seen it in person was when I was working at the, retro video game store, Retro Games Plus, and someone traded one in, and I was like, "No way."
Um, True story, Russ. One time I went to a yard sale. Guess what they were selling?
Both of those?
No, not both, just the
Oh, okay.
flag. And my
Yeah,
mom was this close to getting it for me. And the only reason she didn't, she's like, I just don't know where we'd put it, Jay.
and you were
And
younger?
I was like, please, mom, I want it so bad. This was probably like 1992, you know?
You're like, "Just put it in the backyard."
Just put it anywhere. Yeah. Like, I can't believe that now. Looking back, that would have been like a holy grail to have owned.
Yeah, I mean, that's I think what the big thing probably came down with the parents was like, "Where do you put this massive"
You need like a house with like a basement. Like, yeah, just throw it in the basement. Who cares? You know?
Right, like one of those, you go downstairs and they have, like, the full, like, train setup or, like, Lego setup, like
Something, right? Like you just
right.
have ample room.
Let's see, here it is,
Dude, the
aircraft carrier.
flag
I wonder if we can get some
can
specs on it.
some
Okay,
dimensions.
it says, it came out in 1985, retail was 89.99.
See, less than $100, dude.
This massive 7.5 foot USS Flag features electronic sound system, towing vehicle trailer, and Admiral's launch. Includes one action figure, Keel Hall Admiral.
Look at the picture with the two kids playing on it, Russ.
Okay, let's see.
Like that thing is massive. Not that one.
Oh, not
I
that
mean,
one.
that well, that's
Oh,
actually no, that's actually a great picture too. Sorry, I didn't.
I mean, you can see some of the other um
Yeah, what
toys
is
like
that
this.
thing?
I forgot the name of the black ship that Cobra uses,
Yeah,
but you can see the scale like next to
right.
them. 7 feet by it's got to be at least 2 feet wide.
Yeah, for sure. Maybe two and a half. Yeah,
Um,
it's incredible.
there's like a
Yeah,
side
that's the one I
side
was
view.
thinking of. Just like those kids look tiny compared to that thing.
I know it.
Like that kid's torso is not even as big as the like the little main military portion where the soldiers are. That thing.
Yeah, yeah. And then what's this? I guess it has the. It said it has a sound system, little walkie-talkie that you can, I guess, talk into and
Kind
be like,
almost like a Snake Mountain did.
right. But I could just see how fun that thing would be
Oh yeah,
having it set up. Was this? This is the a picture in a magazine. It's
beautiful.
like a 2 times spread. What about that GI Joe tent?
Oh, that's
Uh,
ridiculous. I love that. I always wanted one of those as a kid. Never got one.
that's another like big. There was Turtles tents, She-Ra, right? Care Bears. Everyone had. That was the thing. Camping in your room.
Oh yeah, dude. I wish I had Christmas of '87 on video. I made out like a bandit with GI Joe stuff. I should do a whole video on everything I got for Christmas of '87. I got some killer GI Joe stuff.
Now I definitely got some GI Joe action figures. That was obviously easier because those are only a couple bucks a piece. Easier to
No, I'm
package
talking.
and store.
I got like a
But
ton of vehicles that year.
yeah, I'm trying to remember which vehicles I had from GI Joe. I had it was like a tank that would put out like a drawbridge
Okay,
that so then other tanks can like drive over it or something
that's
like that.
cool.
That and then the dreadnoughts like vehicle, I had that one.
Wait, was it the car or the 3-wheel motorcycle bike thing?
No, the car.
The
Yeah.
Thunder something? What was that
Maybe
called? It was
GI
like
Joe.
burgundy, right? And it had like a
Yes.
grill on the front with 2 big guns coming out of the front.
Yes. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
see, I had that too. Had like a big flat piece that went over the back wheel to protect the wheel.
Right, right.
What was it called?
The
Thunder
Dreadnought
Machine.
Thunder Machine.
Yeah, that's it. I had that. I
Yeah.
also
Those
had
are
that
fun.
boat down there, the green boat.
Oh, this one here? The Dreadnought Swampy?
Yeah, dude, I love that freaking thing. I always thought it changed colors in the sun or something, so I always took it outside and it never did it. One time we had this huge flood and I took the swamp fire
Swamp Fire.
and I took it out and I also had that motorcycle right there too. Loved that motorcycle. See it right there in the middle?
Oh, okay. Yeah, I never
Had
had
that
that
I
one.
had all 3 of those.
Nice.
Um, I ended up getting, I think it was called the Cobra Imp. It was like a it was like a tank, a single man tank with like 3 big rockets that had all these yellow, like, things on the missiles. I remember having to put them on there.
Oh,
Yeah, see
yes.
all
Yeah,
those
yeah.
yellow things? I got that Christmas. I opened that the night before, Christmas, because my sister said, "You can open one present before Christmas," and I got to pick it, and it was
You know
that.
what? I think I had this too, because I think I remember the missiles. Did you shoot the missiles with air, I almost wanna say, or maybe not? Maybe
No,
I'm
I think I just took them off and threw them at
you
people,
just threw them.
but all those little yellow things on there, would you could I don't know what those were supposed to be, but they came off. Um, I had see that little Zartan thing on the with in that picture of the imp underneath right there? It's like a little green single. I had that little thing. I think it came with a character.
It didn't come with Zartan, right? I guess
I
so,
mean, I
right?
guess Zartan, yeah. Or whatever his name was, some dude with a ponytail. Um, man, I had so many. I had the helicopter that was from Tiger Force.
Yeah, Tiger Force.
Um, what else did I have? I had the original Skyhawk vehicle. It was called the Skyhawk. Yeah, the helicopter. I don't see the helicopter.
A lot of boats. There's the main spread.
Where's the helicopter at? Oh, right there on the left. Oh,
Oh,
there it is. I had that
yeah.
helicopter. I got it at a yard sale in Myrtle Beach. The only thing that was missing was the plastic cover over the top,
Oh, okay, okay.
but it was
Nice.
sick, and it had a cool like little winch on the bottom.
Yeah, I mean, freaking GI Joe stuff was probably top of, I said everyone's Christmas list, so maybe
Oh,
you're
so good.
trying to get one of
I
those
want to do a whole
big
GI
ones.
Joe video someday. I love GI.
GI Joe.
All right, Russ. I'm going to take us back to a topic we talked about recently. There was one Christmas. All I wanted was the Pittsburgh Penguins starter jersey. It was $60. And instead, my mom bought me 1,000 other things from this starter outlet that she went to. And it was all hockey related and it was great. But it was like, I bet she at least spent $60 on all that stuff. I think she was thinking quantity over quality.
Yeah, but Jay's only gonna open 1 gift, and then his brother's gonna have, 6
Well,
gifts or something.
my brother is 16 years older than me. It didn't matter what he opened. He was going to be opening coffee and slippers and crap like that. I just wanted my one jersey. Honest to God, if I got that one jersey, that's all I wanted. But I think she just thought I would rather have all this other stuff. So I got a really nice Penguins jacket and all this stuff. And the worst part of it all, Russ, was it was the last Christmas my dad was alive. And I don't know if he could tell I was disappointed or not, but I hope not in hindsight. But
Yeah, yeah,
I
yeah.
was, you know what I mean? I was like, I remember just thinking, like, why didn't they just get me the one jersey? Like, this stuff had to have cost like what that one jersey would have cost
Or
alone.
more, yeah, or more. I mean, you said a
Yeah.
jacket. How much is a jacket? $40 probably for a jacket.
Well, right. And so like that's like 2/3 of the price right there. But
Right.
I ended up getting it for my birthday later.
Okay.
So like they
So,
made it came to me anyway. But
you're like, "Hockey season's over."
yeah, exactly. Stanley Cup's already been awarded.
Blast.
But I wanted that Penguin starter jersey so bad.
Yeah, yeah. Blast it. Let's see. I was gonna say we asked everyone in the, social medias to give us some stories. Guys definitely delivered. So if you're not following us already we're on Instagram, Facebook page, and on the YouTube community tab. We usually ask some questions on there. We'll see what you guys had to say.
What did you say? What did you say?
Springfield, let's hear from you.
All right, we got on our Facebook page Matthew Durkin. I was very lucky growing up, and my family always did their best to get my sister and I what we really wanted for Christmas. But those awesome 80s play sets always seemed to be just out of reach. Castle Grayskull, Snake Mountain, and the Technodrome, the pinnacles of awesomeness to my cartoon addicted brain. Never found a home in my bedroom. I hear they're doing a re-release of the Technodrome, so maybe after the holidays, I'll pick one up. Me too, Matthew. I'm hoping to score one. I'll have plenty of room at the new house.
There you go. I don't. For those of you that couldn't that can't see this, I just panned over to my Castle Grayskull while Russ was reading that.
Nice. Yeah, that's I need one of those as well. I did get one growing up at Castle Grayskull. Never got Snake Mountain though.
Yeah, I got Castle Grayskull for my 5th birthday, and I have Castle Grayskull now. There's really no internals in it, but I mean, all you really gotta do is close it for the shell of it. That's really all you need. Just
Yeah,
the base.
absolutely. We got Aaron says, growing up poor, my younger brothers and I were pretty used to getting the things we really wanted on Christmas. Used to not getting, sorry,
Oh,
the things we really wanted on Christmas morning. Our parents tried, and don't get me wrong, we were very grateful for the things we did receive, but they were never the big gifts that we had on our Christmas list. For years, the gift I wanted the most was an electric guitar. My best friends all play guitar and had their own. Of course, they would let me play theirs whenever we hung out, but I wanted my own guitar. It wasn't until I was an adult and moved out of my parents' house that I was finally able to save up and afford one. It was a Hyundai guitar. I didn't know they made guitars. Hyundai? Cars and guitars.
that's right.
That I bought from a pawn shop for only $65. It wasn't the best guitar. He had a really high action and had trouble staying in tune, but it was my guitar and I loved it. Now I own 6 guitars and I love them all just as much as my old Hyundai guitar that I bought from a pawn shop all those years before. Yeah, I'm curious what other guitars you have in your collection there. I have a trying to think how many I have now. I probably have about 5 or 6 guitars now. Sold a few, kind of regret it. Some on there, but last Christmas, Steph bought me the Tom DeLonge reissue guitar in seafoam green. I know Jay has a.
Did you see?
Yeah,
You probably didn't see because what you were reading. But
I heard him twang, so I'm like,
I was holding it up. So that's my original that my mom bought me in 2001
nice.
for Christmas that year.
And I'm sure I received mine as well that same year.
Yeah,
So guitars are awesome. Glad you still got some going.
just wish I could play mine. I
Never,
have no
never too late.
skills. No skills.
Colby, great topic, guys. I will say for Christmas, when I was a kid, we were pretty lucky, and I never felt like we went without. My parents weren't rich by any means, but they did the best they could to make every Christmas awesome. They worked hard and made every effort to make it the best for the kids. I remember my brother and I asking for the G.I. Joe aircraft carrier as a joint gift, and my parents telling us it was unlikely. It was too expensive, took up a ton of room, and it was not something they could do at the time. Well, life works in mysterious ways. About a year or so after that, my godmother, Duan, did I say that name?
I think
Duan?
it's Dwayne.
Dwayne?
Dwayne? I don't know. One of those. Doesn't matter.
Duane, who was working, helped run a food pantry, had a toy donation come in overnight and left at the main entrance. Food pantry did not accept toys. Dwayne was instructed by her supervisor to just throw out the toy in the dumpster? No way, she said. She had such a big heart, and she initially tried to donate it to a Salvation Army, but they told her it was too big.
Oh man,
No room for it.
I see a Christmas miracle coming.
When she couldn't donate it to a worthwhile cause that would take it in our area, she gave my dad a call. She knew that this certain toy was something we may enjoy, and needless to say, I'm glad she didn't toss it in the trash like her supervisor wanted her to, because that toy was, in fact, the G.I. Joe aircraft carrier.
Unbelievable.
The biggest toy ever seen. My dad went and got it, set it up for us, and we couldn't be happier. Thing was in perfect condition without a single piece missing. Every decal was still unused in the original thing, even had the box.
Dang.
Although I knew my godmother had made every intention to donate it as a devoted churchwoman, it brought great joy to her that her godson was able to give it the love it needed as well. Side note is that unfortunately, I do not have this anymore. We ended up gifting it to a neighbor when we moved back to middle school.
Oh, well, Colby, hopefully that neighbor enjoyed it as much as you did.
Yeah, I mean, I still couldn't think someone purchasing that for a toy drive and just like, I'm gonna drop $100-something on this toy to just drop off.
I mean, it's incredible.
Definitely a Christmas miracle. That was a good story for sure.
Oh, for sure. Like, that's a wild story.
I wonder how long it got set up, like where your dad set it up. Was it in the the living room for like a month or two, and then you had to
Dude,
move it to the bedroom?
I bet you guys lost your minds. You're like, no way.
They're like,
G.I.
go
Joe aircraft.
put on your GI Joe PJs.
Yeah. Turn G.I. Joe on. Let's play while we watch the show.
That's true. Yeah. Let's hop over to Instagram. We got Mike. He says, so many things to want, especially when pursuing a department store catalog. But the one toy I remember wanting was the Tyco Fast Tracks remote control car. I also wanted a Power Glove, but I think I dodged a bullet on that one. Did we talk about the Tyco Fast Tracks before? I'm pretty sure we did.
We absolutely did. I don't know if you guys know this. Mike is a pipe bomb, but we did a whole video on RC cars that we wish we had back in the day, and I know the Fast Tracks was on there. Dude, they made those commercials look so rad back in the day.
Oh
Like,
yeah, for all the remote control
for
cars.
all the remote control cars, they just looked incredible. Like, I remember wanting so many of them.
Yeah. I mean, it looks cool. It's got like tank wheels on it, but sleek and sporty looking.
Yeah. I'd take one now. I want that yellow one on the top right corner.
Yep. Like
Fast
a
Tracks.
neon yellow.
Yeah.
Let's see. Let's jump over to our YouTube page, community tab here.
Oh, yeah.
Retroholic16 says, what's up, Jay and Russ? Hope you guys are having a great December so far. For me, the 3 gifts that stick out that I remember really wanting and never getting as a kid was the 1989 TMNT Sewer Set,
Hmm.
a Sega Genesis, and the Micro Machines van that opened up into a small city. As an adult, I have picked up the Sewer Set and Genesis, but still the van eludes me.
Retroholic 16, I swear, and I could be wrong, but I think they re-released that van.
I don't know. I'm gonna have to look this up. I had the it was like it almost reminded me of like a barn. I remember the top being red and that folded down and almost looked like a big barn.
Let's Google this.
Micro
Let's get to the bottom of this.
Machines van city. Okay. Oh yeah, it looks like a camper. Let's see. Let's close this.
I wonder if they re-released it or if I'm mistaken. Oh, that's so rad.
Super Van City. Do I hear? I put re-release. See if Jay was right. This is vintage. Oh, maybe they did this. There's a Super Van City. Are back in stores. So
Yeah, maybe there's like a new version of it, which means it's not as good.
yeah, because I like that classic.
Yeah, I like that that big. What do you call that? Decal on the side.
Right. That makes it more
Awesome.
retro, I guess. And yeah, awesome for sure. Nice. Yeah, I never had this one here. I had, let's see, what would it be? Micro Machines.
I had some little thing and it was like a
Red
box
Hot
and you
City.
fold it out and it became a little mini city.
Yeah, I was trying to describe, maybe I just put mini city.
Because like the idea was you could connect them all together and make something. I don't remember which one it was. But I remember getting it at Walmart and loving it.
Shoot, I'm not seeing it. Carrying case? I don't know. What the heck would this be called? Nope, those are like flat.
It was like a mini. It was like a build a city type thing. I don't know.
Red top. I just put red top. I know I had a red top. Nope, those are the cars. We're never gonna find it. Hopefully, maybe one of you guys know what I'm talking about. I have it at my mom's house.
If only it was here.
If only it was here. All right, let's see what else you guys said on YouTube. We got the Mad Belmont, my fellow Super Retro Force. The gift that got away from me is the TMNT figures that were based on the 2003 cartoon. I loved that show as a kid, and I wanted those things so bad, but by the time my family went to Walmart to try to get them, they were all sold out.
I don't remember the '03 cartoon.
Yeah, look that one up.
Hmm.
TMNT 2003 cartoon.
Wonder if it was when they looked like more mature.
Yeah, it was like if you remember the games on GameCube and original Xbox, they have like white eyes too.
Yeah.
So those ones there. We got T. Sedini, major Batman 89 and Returns fan. I remember circling the Batman Returns Batmobile in the Sears catalog,
Hmm.
along with the new Batcave and many figures. I love that the new version had the closed top, unlike the Toy Biz 89 one. I got the Batcave and the figures, never got the Batmobile. My mother said it was sold out, and that was that. I
Oh,
had to just live with that Toy Biz one.
better than nothing.
I mean, I guess upside you got the Batcave, which probably costs way more.
Maybe.
Bloody Bones, the Dino Riders battle stations, and the big Dino troop transports. Also, the Batman animated series players. The mask vehicles were something else that eluded me as well.
Unless it was that green helicopter that everybody seemed to have. What
Right,
was this?
not the not Jim Carrey the mask, but MASK like periods. I forgot what it stands for.
Yeah. The, the
Uh
the vehicles that turned from one vehicle to another, basically.
right, and everyone had the green motorcycle that turned into a motorcycle helicopter.
Condor was what it was called.
J Love 81.
I like her.
When I was a kid, I always wanted a Teddy Ruxpin doll. I did eventually get one a few years ago from an antique store. I always wanted a Sega Genesis, but was grateful that I had the Super Nintendo, which is what I preferred. I did eventually get myself a Sega Genesis in my early 20s.
Jen, I always wanted a Sega Genesis too. And I gotta say, I took my Sega Mini to my mom's last weekend, when I was watching her. I really don't care for Sega. I'm just gonna say it. I played all those games and I was like, I don't like this. So I made the right choice getting the Super NES.
There you go. I wonder if it's like if you started with Sega and just played it back then, it's easier to enjoy it rather than
I don't
us now
know.
going back. Like I don't have much knowledge of the Master System, but going back to it now, like I'm like, some of the
Yeah.
games.
Every time I got rid of my Master System because every time I played it, I just wished I was playing the NES.
Okay.
I was, what's the point? I'll never play this again. Um, but I don't know. It's the controller. I don't love the sound. I was playing Sonic, and after the first level of Sonic 1, there's not many levels where you actually get to use his speed properly, which I think
Yeah,
was some
that
of the.
is that is a big complaint with mine where it's Sonic's fast, and I'm like, you got to do a lot of platforming in this, and you don't have enough speed. You get the little loops, and then it's like jump on this platform, or you'll go into spikes, or jump on the lava, and you're gonna
Right.
jump into the water, and you're going slow, and I'm like, what? Where's the speed?
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
just want to
So
run.
I got really frustrated with that game playing it the last weekend. I was like, I don't know. Anyway, I don't want to be a negative Nancy like I was last episode, so I'll just shut up. But I'm a Super Nintendo kid, and I'm glad about that.
Fair enough. All right, who else we got here? We got Steve V's Man Cave Arcade. I really wanted an N64 for Christmas when it first came out, but I never got one till years later. I also wanted the Creepy Crawlers
Oh, that's
workshop
sick.
because my friend had one. I had so much FOMO over this toy. It was so cool, but unfortunately, I had to learn to live without it as I never got one.
There's still time. Run to eBay.
But I did get some great gifts from my family. Those were just two I missed out on when I wanted them. I know I definitely did get the creepy crawler machine for either birthday or Christmas. And yeah, that was a good time. I definitely remember cooking all the all the bugs with a light bulb.
That was one that eluded me also, but my buddy Mark had it, and one night we spent a couple hours making a bunch of different bugs, and that one experience was like, "Okay, this is cool," but, like, I don't think it was as cool as I thought it was gonna be, but it was fun to have those bugs. I liked them.
So many different combinations you could do with the different goops.
Yep, some purple and green, scorpions or red and black, like tarantulas, whatever.
Oh yeah. All right, what else we got? Willy Wampa. I wanted a remote control helicopter that was in the J.C. Penney Christmas book, but I got an IOU. Never got it though. LOL.
This is as good as money. This is an IOU.
Like, did you get an IOU from J.C. Penney? I wonder, or it's from his
Probably
parents.
probably from Santa or his mom or dad.
Right, right. Jeez. Yeah, I remember never getting any airborne remote control devices or water. Just I got the race car. And those ones eluded me. Eric Plunk says I really wanted a model train set one year, but instead I got a cheap wooden train, piggy bank. Not even a regular wooden train, it was a piggy bank, so you couldn't even use it on a track. J Rit, what up, homies? The OG TMNT Technodrome and the sewer layer sets were the two big sets I wanted but never received. About 10 years ago, I was able to trade for a complete layer set for a complete copy of Conquerors Live and Reloaded on the Xbox. I'm still happy with the trade. Not sure if the Technodrome will be in my future. One, the size, and two, the price. At our local flea market recently, a vendor had one for sale for $400.
Jeez. Okay.
And that's the going rate for a complete set. My wife won't mind, right? Thanks for the entertainment, guys. Well, Jay, they re-released it, so
That's right.
maybe you
Go
could pick one up.
get the re-release.
Are they on Amazon right now?
Let's
Let's
see.
see.
Let's see if we can make J Rich Christmas dreams
Steam
come true.
Technodrome playset.
Boom. Let's see. They
80
sold out.
bucks.
There you go. That's $320 savings. That's girl math.
So hey, you could grab that and the blimp here. Blimp's
And
only 48 bucks.
Yeah, bro. Savings.
The
And
party
and
wagon.
the party wagon.
Wow. Now I don't know if this is so they did the sewer set too, which shows here. I wonder if this is original
That's
to that's a newer
newer one.
version.
Yeah.
See, I never had it, so
I hate that art.
you know like
Oh
that
no,
art?
the sewer system. The sewer system was awesome.
The original.
Yeah, I got it for my birthday one year. I was all I wanted after this kid named Ross got it down the street from me. I was like, I want the sewer system or sewer playset.
Let's
That's
see.
it right there. I used to make them out of boxes. Nope, that's not it.
That's in it.
Nope, down.
Ah,
Right there. That's the one.
the one I was
Right.
clicking
Yep.
on. This
Yep. That's the real one.
trying to see it won't
Oh,
let me
there's
see
one
it.
right there.
Hold on, I'll switch. I'll switch what we're sharing. Stop. Go here. Go to the eBay. Okay, here we go. Here's it complete.
There it is.
They're asking $400 for this one.
Good Lord.
Oh yeah, it's
Yep,
got
I
the two
had that.
pipes. There's
Had
all
it.
the nice.
I bought one of those in the late 2000s, and then I sold it. I regret selling it.
Wet paint.
I always thought that little turtle girl was weird. The missing turtle girl
Where?
on
In
the
the
back.
set?
It's on a sticker on the back.
Oh, like someone's like a missing poster.
Yeah, but it was like a turtle child
I gotta see this.
right there.
Oh, right down here.
Yeah,
There's a puppy and a missing turtle child and for sale used car, $300.
yeah, not too bad. So creepy looking.
Well, maybe you can get, like we said, the new Technodrome party wagon and all that on Amazon. It's in stock now. Get some Christmas money,
There
add
you
it to
go.
your set. You got any ones on that?
I'm sure. I mean, the Sega, like Jen said, I really wanted the Sega. I remember wanting the Game Gear really bad a year prior to when I actually got it, but I still ended up getting it eventually. Um, you know what I really wanted really bad a couple years ago? I wanted the Nintendo Mini for Christmas, the Nintendo Classic. I didn't end
Okay.
up. I got it like maybe 4 months later, but I didn't get it for Christmas. But I was like, I want to get a Nintendo for Christmas. I just
Just to have that like
yeah,
relive, like
yeah. I think I ended up getting a Switch that year, the year I don't remember. I got it the first year it came out. I don't know if those came out the same year or not, but
you got it or someone like your wife got it for you to open up or
no, like I bought it. I
okay.
bought it for myself to open up. But I wanted Haley to get me the mini. I was like, I don't know why I wanted it so bad.
I mean, it might have sold out, like, because that was like one of the first. It's like, oh, minis, like the first one, like this is official from Nintendo. Before that, it was just those play-in plugs where you had a
Right.
few games in it, and you didn't get a really great controller or whatever, and you're like, all right,
Yeah, when I went to the mall, actually, Russ, they had one of those set up in the middle of the mall, and I was trying to play it, and the controls were so awful. I'm like, God, I feel so bad for whoever buys this for somebody thinking it's going to be good. It's just terrible.
what's that? What's that you're talking about?
One of those like fake NES Classic mini systems.
Oh, yeah, you get the ones. It's like 1,000 games in here, and
Yeah, dude, it was such garbage controls. You could barely play Mario, the original Mario Brothers.
Well, I saw someone do. I watched very shortly. There was a video someone put out, and if you go to Five Below, they have like it's just called Retro Console,
Yeah, yeah.
and I think it's $10. Um, and it's a similar concept of that. It's just some type of emulating system. And I think it has a lot of bootleg games on it.
Oh yeah.
And I feel like if you're into retro games, a lot of people who are buying gifts are like, oh, Jay will like this. I'll buy it. Russell like this.
Right.
He likes retro games, like not
Yeah.
knowing. It's like, I already have all those games on
Like
7 different systems.
like best intentions, just poor execution.
Right, right. I was at Target the other day and I was checking out their lamps that look pretty cool. I don't know if you've seen Target lately. It was like on an end cap and it had like a Nintendo lamp, but it was also the controller like turned it on.
Oh, that's cool.
I mean it wasn't charged, I guess, to turn on. Then they had the question mark block and like a cookie container with the question mark block. I thought those were pretty neat because I used to make the lamps out of a like an NES zapper and a shade, and people are always like, "Oh, you should there you go." It would be cool if you pulled the trigger and it turned on the lamp.
Yeah, I wasn't able to figure out how to do that to make mine, but it
But
still works.
with this, it has the controller is like on the base, and you can press the start button and the A and B. So I don't know if they do different stuff or just turn it on and that's it. But
Yeah,
I was like, oh, that's pretty cool.
that's cool.
Yeah. So we'll see what we get this year for Christmas. You got anything on your wish list this year?
I wanted new hockey equipment because I'm going to be playing in January,
Oh,
and
okay.
I bought it all myself.
Are you gonna
Got,
wrap it up, put it under the tree?
now it's out sitting in the garage waiting to play hockey. I got a pair of shoulder pads, extra large Bauer Supreme shoulder pads. I got a new CCM helmet, and I got some what were those? There were CCM, wasn't tax pants. I don't remember what they were. I can't remember the name of them, but anyway, yeah, just hockey equipment, nothing too crazy.
There we go. I believe I don't think I put anything on my list because we're hoping to move into the house by Christmas.
That would be incredible.
It's gonna be close. We had a delay on the flooring, so we're trying to situate that stuff. And the flooring has to go in, and then the railing has to go in, and we can't move in without the railing. So hopefully, we'll see. Might be like few days before, and
Oh
throw up
god,
our throw up our artificial tree. And like I
Christmas
said,
miracle,
we'll have a few gifts under there for Gwen, but essentially our gift is
the house.
the house.
It's the gift that keeps on giving all year long, Russ.
That's it. So we'll see. Let's
Can't
see.
see the line, can you, Russ?
Can't see the what?
remember that on Grizz when the son's name is Russ and Clark's like,
Oh,
she's trying to show him there's no panty lines. Like, can't see the line, can you, Russ? Nope, sure can't, Dad.
and he's like, caught out.
Yep.
Hey, if you guys want to call into the show, we got a phone number. You can leave a voice message. Number is 949-682-9277. That's 949-682-WARP. Leave us voicemail. We'll play it on the show. You're showing Kevin there. Kevin! Check out the weekly warpipe.com. It's got all episodes on there. Other ways you could support the show, like our Patreons. Our top Patreon, Dan Nicole, Treasures Untold, Trace Livingood, Samantha Chang, Rodney Torres, Retroholic 16, Austin Mills. Supporting the show. You can head over to patreon.com/Russ Lyman. I was like, why does that photo look so large? But it's a regular size Polaroid.
I figured I'd show a picture to end it off with a gift that I did get.
The Nintendo Entertainment System.
Here we are, all these years later.
The gift that keeps on giving.
That's right.
Sweet, guys. Well, hopefully you enjoyed this episode. Appreciate hanging out with us. And as always, thanks for jumping in the warp pipe with us. And we'll see you on the next level.